please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
For the record, please state your name, badge number, and your classification.
Officer Gene Vales, badge number 914, and I'm assigned to patrol.
And how old are you?
I'm 40 years old.
And how long have you been a police officer?
Approximately 8 years.
With the city of Doral only?
Yes.
Okay. Officer Vales, I want to call your attention to an incident that occurred on in the morning hours of February 14, 2023. Were you on duty that day?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall responding to the court's community located at 6500 Northwest 114 Avenue?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember why you responded to that scene?
I could hear an officer having a physical struggle with a subject that was resisting.
And you could hear that over...
I overheard him on the radio asking for backup.
Okay. And what did you observe when you got on scene?
The subject was already in custody, I believe, when I got on scene. He was still verbally belligerent. He was placed in the trunk of the vehicle in order to be pat down to ensure that he didn't have any contraband or weapon, and he was still not complying. He was verbally aggressive. He kept giving movement. He had to be held down in order to be properly searched prior to being placed in the vehicle.
You said that he was placed in the trunk of the vehicle?
No. He was leaning on the trunk of the vehicle for search purposes.
Did you notice anything about the individual when anything that stood out?
He seemed to be under unknown substance. His behavior was erratic.
And how would you know what somebody looks like that's under some type of substance?
Weird, aggressive, non-compliant, incoherent.
Have you ever dealt with somebody under the influence of an unknown substance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you were able to recognize that?
Yes, sir, through my training and experience.
Did you notice any injuries or marks on the subject?
No. All I remember the officer having dirt, I guess from the sprinklers, I believe, that probably were functional prior to his arrival there. I believe that there were a struggle that took place, maybe possibly ground struggle that took place, because the officer had mud and did the subject as well.
Did you see when the officer took the subject into custody?
No, sir. I came after the fact.
Did the subject ever, or to your knowledge, did he ever complain about being injured or the officer using excessive force on him or anything to that nature?
No, he was just basically upset, yelling and screaming.
All right. And what else did you do on scene?
I spoke to 2 other teenagers that one lives in the community and the other one, his mother, responded to the scene. And they were just wandering around the community.
Was that something that unrelated to this incident?
I believe they advised they didn't know the defendant that was in custody. They didn't know him. They were just hanging out.
Did you do anything else on scene? Talk to anybody else? Any witnesses? Any other?
No, just spoke to the 2 juveniles, and I asked for, since it was after hours curfew, I asked for, I believe he was 16. I asked for his mother to respond. That was not related to this case.
All right. Officer Velez, is there anything else that I failed to ask you that you would like to add to this statement?
No, sir.
Has everything you said been the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Please remember that Florida State Statute 112.533 prohibits you from disclosing any information regarding the investigation until the case is closed.
Yes, sir.
The time is 2:01 p.m. and that concludes the statement.
What's in your pocket?
Where were you, bro?
It's here.
I thought you were in the next.
No, I said the courts. No, the courts, not the.
Somebody said the gates. Somebody said the gates.
Somebody said it, but I said the courts. Oh.
That's not right. Where he ran?
Oh, I'm here, and I'm like, hey, get your ass over here. He's like, he goes, what's up, my nigga? What's up? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where the fuck are you going? He's like, fuck you. Where? And he just kept walking. So he turned that corner. I started chasing him because I don't know what the hell this thing's doing.
Let's do a pat down properly. All right. I told you to stop.
He's been fighting me. This whole time he's been fighting me, bro. Stop.
Look.
Don't resist, my G.
I'm not moving. Can you stop?
Lucky to have the dog.
Yo.
You lucky you didn't get bit.
I'm gonna go back over there with.
Look, you see what kind of officer he is? He's a canine officer.
Yeah.
You ran from him. He could have released the dogs. Where your buddies at?
I don't know. It's the only one I found. This where I was.
Where your buddies at?
I live here.
You live here. You have no ID on you. What's to tell me that you live here?
to knock on my door. It's right over there. My father and my mother are home.
So what are you doing
Babo,
now?
fighting me? Fighting me?
Fighting you, man.
Babo. I'm all dirty. Why? Because I slipped and fell?
My bad.
You're bad?
I'm sorry.
Bro?
I didn't know you were
Are we doing searching?
He's done. Let's go.
I didn't know you were a cop.
Yeah, now you didn't know I was a cop, right?
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Police, come here.
Can you call my...
Sit back. Sit back.
Oh, for sure they're looking at the car. Were they looking at the car then?